Today we're talking about the future of work, and we've been joined here today by the New South Wales Minister for Jobs, Investment, Tourism and Western Sydney, Stuart Ayres. Stuart, welcome to Torrens University.
It's great to be here, Chris.
Thanks very much for joining us. And the future of work has been a hot topic, particularly given the global pandemic.
Well, I think in the year of 2020, the year of COVID, where lots of people have had to adjust their businesses, I think pivot is like the word that is underlined, exclamation marked. But what I also think COVID has tested leaders on is whether their original plans and concepts were sound. In New South Wales, we've had a really strong focus around precinct-based developments. We've got a lot of infrastructure investment happening, and we've tried to really leverage that around where we can generate new jobs. So the Commonwealth Government's investing billions of dollars into a new airport, Parramatta, where we've got probably one of the world's great medical research districts. And then we're also leveraging our fantastic transport network and central station to create our own version of a technology hub. Precinct strategies were sound at the beginning, and we've continued to stick close to those. Strategy, I think, was sound. It's held all the way through the disruptions, and now we've just got to keep going.
And now we're seeing the shoots of recovery. We're seeing borders opening, a vaccine on the horizon. How do you keep those shoots of recovery growing?
So in my portfolios, we've had a lot of areas that have been devastatingly impacted by COVID. Restrictions have made it very difficult to operate businesses that have been in the tourism space, the hospitality space. So our focus has been get on top of the health challenge first, make your community safe, ensure that your health system has got the resources to be able to deal with any potential surge in COVID. It's worked quite well. We've now got to a point where we've got no community infection. We've also got a health system that's incredibly well resourced, and that allows us to start to roll back those restrictions. And when you roll back those restrictions, that builds confidence in the economy, and when the economy and businesses are confident, they start employing people again. And we've seen that with customers moving out right across regional New South Wales. There's a surge in activity in regional New South Wales in the tourism sector, and confidence means that those little green shoots start to grow into really strong businesses again.
At Torrens University, we have hundreds of hospitality and tourism students who would be midway through their courses, looking to the future quite nervously. What would you say to them to give them cause for optimism that 2021 will see a recovery in that space particularly?
Yeah, I'm incredibly optimistic about the tourism sector. In fact, I know this might sound a little bit unusual, but I'm more optimistic about the tourism sector now than what I was pre-COVID. Australia is a travelling nation, and it's also meant that from a tourism perspective, we're actually a trade deficit nation. There's been a lot of opportunity for Australians to spend money at home. And there's a bit of rediscovering your backyard happening at the moment. People are going to regional New South Wales, they're discovering our fantastic food and wine regions. This has really given the tourism sector an opportunity to reconnect with Australians. And I think post-COVID, that's going to encourage more Australians to continue to holiday at home. If you're a young person, or it doesn't matter really what age you are, and you're thinking tourism and hospitality is where your career is, there's probably never been a better time to be training for that right now, because the surge is going to come straight off the back of your training period, your education period. And I think there'll be really solid jobs growth in the tourism and hospitality sectors through 2021, but particularly 22, 23, where I'm expecting us to see really solid growth in those years.
This school year has been disrupted like no other. What would your advice be to them as they start their university path, essentially?
Yeah, stay the course. Sometimes in life you just got to grind out the hard days. And I think we're going to develop a generation of incredibly resilient workers who might understand that concept. Not every single day at work is going to be the best day you've ever had at work. Having second thoughts, I think the second thought should be, it hasn't been perfect, but grind it out, get to the end of your course, get to the end of your qualification, and you'll be better for that at the end.
That's a really strong message of recovery and optimism. Stuart Ayres, thanks for joining us today. Good luck with 2021. Hopefully it is a smoother ride than 2020 for all of us. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Cool, thank you very much.